Hi, I'm Chef Mike and welcome to Kroger Culinary 411, where it's all about the info. Today, it's an easy and delicious standing rib roast. Now, before you get all nervous, don't worry, it's really easy. There's only about 3 or 4 ingredients, and I know you're gonna like it. We're gonna start by preheating that oven to 500 degrees. You want it screaming hot before we get things rolling. The most important thing to remember when cooking your rib roast is to do it with the fat side up. Now, if you like yours boneless or rib in, it's really up to you. I like mine with bone in because I think it adds a little bit more flavor. We're going to start by adding a pretty decent amount, at least to the fat side, of some kosher salt, and do all sides. Next, we'll wash our hands real well with hot soapy water because you don't want to spread any bacteria to your pepper grinder. And we'll go ahead and add a good layer on all sides. The thicker grind, the better. Make sure you get all sides. Next, we're going to add some Dijon mustard and smear it all over the roast with your hands. Now we'll place it in our roasting pan and we'll wash our hands. Now we'll place our roast uncovered into our 500 degree oven and immediately turn the temperature down to 200 degrees. The high temperature start will form a crust around the roast, sealing in all those juices. Now this roast is about 6 pounds. And if we're doing about 20 minutes per pound, it's about 2 hours. But take your instant read meat thermometer you can get at your local Kroger store. It's about $4. Check the roast about 2.5 hours to make sure you get that perfect 130 degrees internal temperature for a great medium rare. Now it's very important that you let your roast rest for at least 20 minutes before carving. In the meantime, let's make our au jus and horseradish sauce. We're going to start by dicing our shallot. A shallot is the strongest onion. It's actually a cross between an onion and a garlic. We'll go ahead and cut it in half. Lay it on its flat side. Remove the end piece, opposite of the hairy end. Remove the outer layer. Next, we're going to make some thin slices, but be careful not to cut all the way to the end because that hairy root end is going to keep it all together. We'll turn and do a nice dice. Now we're going to preheat our medium-sized sauce pot on medium-high heat for about 1 minute. Next, we'll add some Kroger olive oil, swirl the coat well. We'll lower our heat to simmer, and we'll add our shallots. Now, it's important to remember to cook them low and slow because you don't want them to get too brown. As I've mentioned, they're part of the garlic family, so if they get too brown, it's going to get bitter. Now, these are looking great. Next, we'll add a can of Kroger beef broth. Now when the simmer returns, we're going to cook for about 3 minutes and remove from the heat. Now the choice is yours if you want to strain it or not. I say leave the shallots in there. We're going to pour it into a 1 cup ramekin and we'll let it cool. Now the horseradish sauce is even easier, but keep in mind if you use it right out of the jar, there's going to be too much moisture and your horseradish sauce won't be thick. That's why you want to place it on a paper towel first and push out the moisture. And we'll add it to our sour cream and mix well. Let's add a pinch of some kosher salt and we'll bring it together. Now wasn't that easy? Let's go ahead and carve and serve. For the wine pairings, try the Sterling's Vintner Collection Cabernet. This California Central Coast wine displays layers of blackberry, red currant, spice, and chocolate. If you like your red a little sweeter, go with the Rosenblum Vintner's Cuvée Zinfandel. This wine opens with a rich fruit intensity of raspberry, plum, and cherry flavors. The finish is long and velvety. The Beaulieu Vineyards, or BV Cabernet, reveals enticing aromas of lush flavors of blackberry, black cherry, and hints of mocha and toasted oak. Enjoy!